What is going on, guys? We are here in Black Hills Harley-Davidson, or at Black Hills Harley-Davidson in Rapid City, here at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, as you guys have probably seen from one of my other videos at this point. But didn't expect to make this, but we are here. I'm going to show you, flip the camera so I can show you guys here. We're here on, like, I'd call this like performance row, basically. And what we are doing here, we're getting a little bit of work done on the bike. It's advancing some of the plans that I had, a little bit up on schedule, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what we got going on here, and I think you're really gonna like it, so check it out. Here we go. So right behind me is Horsepower Inc. Their tent set up over there. I actually had their pipe that I had sitting in my living room back at home, and I was gonna install it all myself, but these guys are here and they're actually doing installs. So I just decided I'm gonna go ahead and do it right here, right now. So we're gonna take you guys over there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film the whole thing, but I'll show you little bits and pieces, and then obviously we're gonna, you know, we'll show you the final product when we get there. So here we go. We're gonna check that out. Alright guys, so now that we got it done over at Horsepower Inc., they got the pipe all installed. Right now what we're doing is we're actually just putting a tuner in over at Thundermax Performance over here. Their tunes work really well with the horsepower pipes, so I'm really excited for this. I've heard really good reviews about these tuners. Basically they just straight swap out the ECU. You know what? I don't really understand it as well as, you know, these guys. They're the experts, so I'm gonna let them explain it to you. So here we go. We're gonna let you listen in.
What's up, man? Guys, it's Jake with Thundermax here. We're doing a Thundermax install along with this HPI pipe on this Softail Lowrider S. So all we did was we put our wideband O2 sensors in the HPI head pipe, ran them along the frame up inside the caddy here. To our harness. The harness is going to plug into our ECM, and we're just kind of buttoning it up right now. It's a pretty simple install, and then we're just going to throw a map in it, and the customer's going to go rip, and it's just going to get better every time he rides.
Alright guys, so it is all done, all sorted. Look at how pretty. Oh my goodness. And unfortunately don't really have a mic, so the sound's probably not the best, but I'm gonna turn it over for you guys right now so that you can give it a little listen. Sounds so good. Oh my goodness. Oh man, all right, let's hop on, let's go for a ride. We're gonna see how we like this thing. Here we go. Alrighty guys, as you can see, we are on the bike, rocking and rolling. We are rolling through more of the vendors here that are at Harley-Davidson. Man, I would have loved to stop in right there at S&S too, but that's actually what we're going to talk about a little bit right here in this video, because like I said originally, I wasn't really planning on doing this stuff so early. I actually had some plans for when I got home to California and everything, but man, I got to tell you, I saw on someone's Instagram story First of all, check out all these bikes, man. Check this out. This is what Sturgis is all about. I love it. I love it. All the bikes, all the people. This is great, man. This is so great. Anyway, as we come through here, you can see even more bikes. But anyway, what I was gonna say, I wasn't planning on doing a lot of these big, these big installs and everything so early in the process. But what I was gonna say is that I saw this story on Instagram that someone posted from the Horsepower Inc. tent of them basically buying the pipe that I wanted and getting it installed. And I was like, oh, well, shit, because I actually had one at my house in California, all ready to go. I was gonna install it myself, but seeing that, I was like, well, shit, I should just have the professionals that actually make the damn thing install it themselves. And I think that that'll be a lot less headache for me, and also a lot more secure in the install. It'll be a lot better. But man, I have to say, it was a great decision. The bike feels like it's running great right now, better than it was before, for sure. And oh my goodness, guys, the sound is just unreal on this thing. It sounds so nice and deep and throaty and just, oh man, like, come on, man. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited for all of the plans that I have for all the big install stuff that we got coming on. It's going to be so cool, guys. That was why I said I would have loved to stop off at S&S too, actually, because I'm planning on doing some stuff with them. So stick around, stay tuned. I don't think we're gonna do a whole bunch of power stuff right away. Trying to be a little bit smarter about it, trying to have some patience, and let it kind of be the way that it's gonna be for a minute, but really start to bulletproof some of the other parts that I'm gonna have installed too, because that's a big thing for me. Is I really want this thing to be really bulletproof before I really start to dig into it. But as you can see, we've got some big plans, because I loved my TBR pipe. There was nothing wrong with it, but I just needed something that was going to allow me to kind of grow. And man, you'll see when I talk about growing, I mean growing. So we're headed out to the Full Throttle Saloon. That's where I'm going to go meet up with Leah and her dad. We're going to have a good time out there. But for now, I am going to enjoy the hell out of this new exhaust. I'm going to get it out here on the highway and just let it eat for a little bit, because I gotta take it through its paces as it's getting tuned. So I'm going to wrap it up right now, guys. I'll make sure to give you a full review on the Horsepower Inc. pipe at a later time. We're going to dive into why I like it, why I went with it, talking about, why I went with the tuner that I ended up going with and all that good stuff. So don't worry, we're gonna dive into it, make sure that it's all real good, real well explained, I should say. And we'll let you guys know my thoughts on all of that in more detail later. But for now, just wanted to let you guys know what was going on here in Sturgis, give you guys a little bit more of an insight if you've never been here. If you haven't, guys, get out here, man. Come to Sturgis. It should be on everyone's bucket list. I swear, it's that good. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me for this one. If you like the video, drop a like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below, let me know, do you guys like the horsepower pipe, or was there a better direction that I could have gone? And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Later!